Welcome back to Guns of Verdun, the series no one watches but I keep making it anyway, because I secretly do it to spite you all. I do it because I enjoy it, and that's the only important thing. So, today we are looking at the Patton 1914 bolt-action rifle. Now this is it here. It was an attempt by the British to see how well the infield bolt system would work versus the Mauser-style bolt system. So there were a lot of people who thought the Mauser-style bolt system was more effective, so they wanted to do some trials, so they created the Patton 1913 rifle, which used a Mauser-style bolt action, and they were going to do some trials with it. And then the First World War came across, and they already had this design for a rifle, so they put it into production, primarily using US firearms companies like Remington and stuff like that. So, as I said, in the terms of this game, I would view this as a marksman rifle. It's not good for close-range trench fighting. I mean, just look at how slow the bolt is when you're trying to fire it, and how the sights tend to block off a lot of your peripheral vision at close range. I view this more as a marksman rifle, which historically is actually what it was used for. A lot of the sniper rifles used in the trenches on the British or Commonwealth side were P14s, because they were more accurate than the Enfields. They had better facilities to mount a scope, and they were just generally a little bit more accurate in that marksman role. So if I'm firing at a target over there, then you can see the sights are perfectly well situated for that, and you're able to sort of peek off shots at a distance. So this is definitely a marksman rifle. It uses standard 303 rounds and 5-round stripper clips. In terms of how the rifle is modelled compared to a real version, well, very well. As you can see, you've got the volley sight on the left there. You've got the double things on the front, swivel mounts on the front for the sling. You've got the sights there. You've even got the safety catch on the right hand side. So in terms of how accurate this rifle is modelled, it's modelled extremely well. Personally, I prefer the Enfield to this, but this is certainly an accurate rifle at moderate range. So in terms of the game, you could go with certainly worse rifles, personally. Although I've never liked this with a scope. It's just my personal preference in terms of gameplay. So now we've had a look at it in game, let's go have a look at the real one. So here we have my own personal Patton 1914 rifle. This one was a 1916 manufacture, if the markings are accurate, which they are. So as you can see here, it's got the swing, swivel, 5 rounds in a, there you go, 5 303 rounds in a stripper clip, and just a single one by itself. So that's how you load it. Yeah, Greek set plus ammo, if anyone's wondering. I think it's the best set plus you can go for. Anyway, back to the rifle. So as you can see, we've got the muzzle brake, or the muzzle here. You've got the sights. You can see the leaf blade and the blade in the middle there. Got the front end swivel. As you can see, going down along the woodwork, back towards the end there. As you can see, we've got underside, so the magazine plate and catch. Got the sling swivel there. It's a Second World War sling, it's not an actual original sling. Got the safety catch on there. You can see the bolt doesn't go on that one. But flip it back the other way, and come on there. Come on. God, I really need to figure out a way to. There we go. And the bolt goes back. So, just having a look. As you can see, that's inside the chamber there. Just got a spare round in there just for sake of holding down the magazine. As you can see, you've got the sights up there, and through that you can see that's where it looks like there. If you look on over there, you can see you've got the bolt all the way back there. It's actually quite a large and long bolt compared to, say, an Enfield bolt. It's actually quite interesting just sort of having a look at it. So going back, as you can see, you've got the brass disc, got the traditional butt plate there. If we actually have a look at it, you can see that's where the cleaning rod and stuff goes, but if you look at the markings, RAF, many Patton 1914 rifles were actually issued to RAF in the Second World War to use as home guard or training rifles. So And as you can see, it's been taken off, but there are the remnants of the original volley sight. I heard they were taken off when they were reissued to RAF and Home Guard units just because they were surplus to requirements, but the remnants of the original volley sight are there. As you can see, we've got more of the bolt and stuff around there. And there you have it. So that's my personal P14. It's quite accurate. I actually quite like it as a rifle. So yeah, that's my 1916 issue Remington manufacture, by the way, in case I didn't explain it, pattern 1914 rifle.